As you read this, let me ask you something. How afraid are you of the dark? Do shadows send shivers down your spine? Or do you feel safe when the moon is full and bright? Either way, here's a story that will make you afraid of camping in the wild. It is called Nightmare in the Wilderness. The fire crackled merrily, sending sparks flying into the night sky. The flames danced and popped, casting flickering shadows around the clearing. Two friends sat close to it, their faces illuminated by the warm glow. They were miles away from civilization, deep in the heart of a dense forest. Their campsite was a small patch of level ground surrounded by towering trees that seemed to reach up and touch the stars. Earlier that day, they had set out to explore the wilderness, eager to escape the hustle and bustle of city life. Now, as darkness descended, they felt a sense of solitude wash over them. The only sound was the crackling of the fire and the distant hoot of an owl. One of the men, Mark, shifted uncomfortably. He couldn't shake off the feeling that they were being watched. He glanced at his companion, John, whose face was pale in the firelight. "Do you ever get the feeling," he began, his voice barely a whisper, "that someone or something is out there watching us?" John, a practical man, dismissed Mark's concerns with a wave of his hand. "Don't be silly, Mark. There's no one out there but animals. Besides," he added, his voice growing louder, "we're safe here. This fire has kept any wild animal away." But Mark couldn't help but feel uneasy. As the night wore on, the shadows cast by the fire grew longer and more menacing. Every time the flames flickered, he could have sworn he saw a pair of glowing eyes peering at them from the darkness beyond the light. Then he heard it, a low growl that seemed to come from the very depths of the forest. It was a sound that sent chills down his spine, a sound that spoke of ancient predators and primal fears. John too heard the growl, his face drained of color. "We should get out of here," he said, his voice tight with fear. But it was too late. From the corner of his eye, Mark saw a shape emerge from the darkness. It was big, bulky, and moving towards them with surprising speed. Panic surged through him as he realized they were being stalked, hunted. John grabbed a stick and raised it like a weapon. "Go away!" he shouted, his voice echoing in the stillness of the night. But the creature didn't heed his warning. It kept coming, its eyes fixed on them, its growls growing louder. Mark and John were trapped, their campfire no longer a source of comfort but a mere candle flame in the vast darkness that surrounded them. The creature was almost upon them, its hot breath on their necks, its claws extended, ready to strike. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, it vanished into the darkness. Mark and John were left sitting in the firelight, their hearts pounding in their chests, their eyes wide with terror. The growling continued, but now it was all around them, coming from every direction. They were being hunted by something they couldn't see, something that stalked them from the shadows, something that was a nightmare made real. And as the night wore on, the nightmare only seemed to grow. They ran, stumbling through the darkness, their breaths heavy in their chests. The forest seemed to be closing in on them, the trees reaching out to grab them, the shadows deepening into impenetrable blackness. Behind them, they could hear the growling, the heavy thud of footsteps, the snapping of twigs underfoot. Whatever was chasing them was fast, too fast. And then, just when they thought they had run for their lives, they tripped and fell. Scrambling to their feet, they turned to face their pursuer, their eyes adjusting to the darkness, and what they saw made their blood run cold. Standing before them was a hulking shape, its eyes glowing like embers in the darkness. Its teeth were bared in a snarl, its claws extended, ready to rip them apart. In that moment, they knew they were about to die. This story is inspired by a Reddit post. If you want to read the original story, the link is provided below.